Hello, hello. I have, before I get started on anything else, because of getting Aya in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, I actually did end up playing it a little bit before shelving it again, so I have a couple video clips to share, because the event was going to be over, so I just pre-recorded these couple clips so I'd be able to show them next time I streamed. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a pre-recorded segment here because this is actually kind of cool and funny. I want to be able to show this at the start of the next stream, and this event is going to be over when I do that, so I'm picking this up right after the end of the last stream, where you'll recall I just kind of got immediately wasted on this part. Influence of Deep Level 3, difficulty 50. I would just get completely knocked out before I could do anything. But I added Aya to my team and took her in there just for the fun of it, and found out she's actually really good. And, like, a very big credit to my team here. Even despite the fact that she has no weapon. It's fine, don't worry about it. She technically still has a gun. It's just, I guess it's an imaginary gun. But somehow it still works. So Eve gets to go first, and of course everyone gets just kind of, they can't do anything, they're charmed, whatever, except Aya. Aya seems to be innately immune to it. So I'll just have her use antibody to boost her own defense. Like, greatly. That way she can survive the onslaught that just KOs everyone else. Now that that big attack is out of the way, I'll have her roll shift, use her good old triple command, and do these three things that are all basically different buffs and debuffs. Just stack on top of each other. It also filled her limit gauge. So after Eve gets a turn, she's gonna get totally wasted. I love that. That's great. But I'm not done there. Aside from the really amusing part of Aya being able to just solo the stage that I could not do before, having her on my team also enables me to do the hardest version of this, the level 100. For the record, I still cannot do the Ultimate Being fight. That one still just wastes me, so Aya's not that broken, not that insane, all on her own. I would need, like, other appropriate units, too. But she can help me survive this. This version of the fight is a lot rougher. If I let Eve get her mega attack off, even with antibody up, it would almost KO Aya. Or maybe it did KO her. I don't know, whatever. In any case, there's something else I can do here. Gene Heal. And that's pretty much all I need from her at that point, but I might as well do these other abilities too, I guess. Gene Heal removed the status ailments from everyone, so now they can actually get their turn. These two back here... Oops. Lastwell and Rain are just gonna do something... Nope. I have some trouble with these menus at times. Lastwell and Rain are just gonna do some setup stuff. I'm gonna have them do things that, like, lower enemy defense and that kind of thing. That removes buffs. And then that lowers defense. Which other one? Crimson Flash. That also lowers defense. Rain, similar deal. He's gonna boost attack and give her like a fire resistance down while also giving everyone fire added to their attacks. And with those two having done their thing, I think Cloud here can finish this on his own, actually. Triple Limit, Punisher Mode, Disorder, and Infinity's End. Yep. That takes care of it. And I still had Noctis on standby with his full limit gauge if I needed some extra damage. So that's pretty cool. Aya's not just like there to be like, oh cool, I got the Parasite Eve character, that's nice. It's like, she's actually really, really good and is letting me do more with this event. And since I can do the highest level version of this event, I might be able to get a decent amount of points here, so I might grind it a little bit, because maybe I can try and get Aya's rifle for her so she's even better. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to show off, so I'll go ahead and end this recording. Actually, one more video, a little addendum here. I got Aya's rifle, and I got a bunch of items to like raise her stats more and stuff. And she can now solo this one easily. Like, not only can she solo it, but she can solo it very easily. Which I just think is funny. Like, she can keep everyone alive, too. Because I don't even have to build up to her limit. It's very simple. Just antibody, parasite energy, earth, and then one single attack. Just completely destroys her. That's great. But I do actually want to do this one more time because I want to show off, I realized I hadn't actually looked at the limit that Aya has before role changing. So let's do that real quick. Let's just, not take anyone else along though, because, they'll just die anyway. There's no point. In a video I did before, if I had tried to bring Aya alone to this, she would have gotten KO'd. I would have used antibody here, and then she would have had very little HP left after this, and not been able to survive further attacks. But, yeah, now she's basically totally fine. So let's do what I did before. Get these 3 boosts. But this time, I'm then going to switch back. Let's see what Liberate is like. Oh my god. That must be... Is that the damage cap? Amazing. Alright, now for real though, let's get to the 3rd birthday. Well, not quite yet. I do want to stall for time a little bit, since we're starting a new game. It just kind of like I stall for endings, I also figure I should stall for the start. You know, the thing that sets up the story. So, in the meantime, let me just update the info on Twitch here. I figure while I'm waiting for people to, you know, giving people time to show up, I will go back to the good old time-honored method of stalling that is playing round 4 without any previous equipment. Which I have barely touched. I have so far beaten the tutorial enemy and the first encounter with rats. That's it. That's all I've done. So let's see how far I get this time. As before, I won't be bothering reading the text this time, because at this point, I've done that twice. I've done it for recorded videos on YouTube. I've done it for live streams on Twitch. Either one of those are good options to watch for the plot. I'm just here for the gameplay of this time. To see what difference there is between rounds 3 and 4 and whether or not I can actually do it. Sort of. I mean, I've mentioned it before, I'm not really committing to finishing this, but it just seems like a fun way to kill some time if I'm waiting for people. Did I really need to come in here? I probably didn't. Oh, there's a bird. That's right. That's fine. We can have a fight with a bird. I do want the experience. No, like, massive difference so far, but that will probably change. So let's see, the room on the right is the clown. I don't really need to go in there. Oh, and this is just like... What, there's just like a medicine in there or something? That's fine. I can skip those rooms. They're not really important. One for you, and one for you. Dang it, you're out of range. I'll need to get one more shot on you. Well, he just kind of stood there, so that was easy. Now down here is some stuff I actually want. I don't remember what item was in here, but there's enemies in here, so more experience points. You jerk. Let me just heal real quick. I prefer to do it in battle, because then some of my gauge actually refills, while I wait for my next turn to come around. Alright. Now refresh my memory. What is this? Is it just like a medicine? Yeah. That's fine. Now I know there was something more interesting in this left room. A piece of armor, I believe. And maybe like a stat upgrade? What was in here? Well, aside from the rat. Does he like drop something after I defeat him? I don't remember. Open the thing. Had to find the one exact pixel. Okay, he just drops ammo. Well, not really worth it. Oh wait, not that. Not that gun. This gun. Yeah, there's the stat up. And then this is the armor. Which I believe is better than what I have. Yep. I really want to bother? I suppose so. I don't exactly have a lot of inventory space to just be holding on to that, so... Not yet, anyway. I'm sure this is mostly going to be the same as round 3 was for this day, because, I mean, the gator already in round 3 was pretty much a case of, don't get hit. So, it's probably not going to be much different this time. But it's the days after this that could change more, if I, you know, get to that. I'm so close to a level up. So very close. Forget it. I was tempted to try and just, like, get one more encounter to pop up, but I don't want to bother. The ever important save point. Alright, let's get to it. The Eve fight, that is. Now, you know, there's something I could have shown off there. You know what? I will show it off because it's kind of interesting. I forget how I found out about this. It was probably a case where I was messing around with something. There's some reason I lingered on that screen when I normally wouldn't. Oh, just for the heck of it, too. Nope. No enemy respawns, that's fine. So if you just kind of wait around here... I would, like, not have expected it. They just play this whole music piece. This is, I think, the main theme of Parasite Eve, and you wouldn't expect to really hear this part of it just on this screen, but yeah, they just... It may be, like, that they didn't bother making a... Well, hold on. I mean, yeah, it is just a piano-only rendition of it. Yeah, that is a lot more of it than you would normally hear at this point. I just thought it was kind of funny that they actually play the whole main theme like that if you wait around. Heyo! I was once again stalling with some round 4 nonsense. I also showed some clips of the crossover event in Brave Exvius again, because I actually powered up Aya a bit. She's really good in that game, actually. Oh, jeez. Gee, can I do like 8 billion damage here, please? That would expedite things. Actually, it was 9 billion. Closer to 10 billion. Okay, not smart to stand too close to her. I should probably heal again. There we go. Well, I think it'll probably just let me go use that save point. Yeah, that'll do then. I got the next Eve encounter down, and whenever I return to this again, I can go down into the sewers. But yeah, that'll do for now. Just need to update the info on Twitch again. And here we go. I am going to skip the intro for now. This screen is kind of loud, I don't know why. Let me just lower that a little bit until we get to the main game. Let's see. Oh, did it remember my settings? Yeah, it did. Okay, because these were the default settings. I didn't make a save game, but I guess it remembered what I did in the settings anyway. I played through the prologue because I just wanted to make sure everything was working and nothing was horribly broken. So far, I kind of like it. I mean, it's different. It's very different, but that's kind of par for the course at this point. I've kind of mentioned it before, but I'm like, I hope no one who watches this later, maybe on YouTube or whatever, expects me to be overly negative, because I don't really like to be. I enjoy finding, like, I can walk away from a game not liking it, but I do enjoy finding value in things and just enjoying things more than I like criticizing things. I mean, I've made like a whole 10-minute video talking about why I loved the plot of a mystery dungeon game that was the least favorite in the series among the fanbase, so, you know. I know a couple things about this one going into it, I've mentioned that before too, you know, that there's things I know I'm not gonna like about it, a couple things, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't know that much, as outside of just, like, the way it's gonna end, and just because the ending is a little weird for me, doesn't necessarily mean the whole journey isn't worth taking. We'll find out together, I suppose. Maybe I won't like it, maybe I'll like parts of it. We'll see. If I have to set expectations, though, yeah, it is indeed more of an action game than the previous ones. And, if the second game was kind of a de-escalation in terms of, like, the scope of everything... Okay, just had to check something real quick. If the second game was kind of a de-escalation for like the scale of things, because you know it's like the first game there was like carnage all over New York City. Second game mostly took place in just a remote desert town and a secret evil lab. This raises the escalation of things, like pretty much right off the bat. It's way more over the top than the first game was. Looks really good, though.
Tonight is Christmas Eve, and the snow should last until morning. The skies are presenting...
I wonder if you're spoiled on the same thing I was spoiled on.
The holiday season brings a change of scenery, as office workers are out of their suits and in festive outfits. With the latest...
Mommy? What is it, dear? Do you want to go home?
Comfortable Christmas.
There's been a fire on 52nd. Casualties are being sent off. 10-4. What's your location?
Yeah, that would be the thing I know about. That kind of relates more to the ending, I think. Without actually, like, saying it.
No way!
It's coming down!
Run!
So yeah, I guess, someone has awakened the old ones?
Oh God!
I forgot to turn the volume back up after the title screen.
Heading out.
The police are working to identify the creatures that are terrorizing Manhattan. Although we have no concrete evidence for our concerns...
It looks like countless groups are emerging from the ground. Here's the situation in Manhattan.
Rescue teams are struggling to locate survivors, as roads are being destroyed and buildings are collapsing all around. Residents are currently evacuated, but New York
What is this?
panic and no one knows what society...
The ocean!
So yeah, that's a pretty big jump in terms of what kind of enemy we're facing after like the first two games.
They've confirmed this is not an earthquake of any sort. Roger that. From here on out, we refer to it as the Babel. What is that? What is that? What the hell is that?
Watch closely. Knowing your enemy will make your job easier. I didn't say easy. I said easier.
Sir, my mission?
Rally with the National Guards and aid in the destruction of the big orb.
Yes, sir.
Now I know how a father feels in this kind of situation. No soldier has seen the heart of the Babel and come back to tell his tale. Well, you know the basics. Now, let's see how you do.
I didn't know you had a daughter.
For all you know, I don't.
Okay, got it. Back to work. Reprogramming codes, I can do. But you're the only one who can reprogram the past. Do it for all of us. Well, what do you say, Aya?
She doesn't need any more pressure. Is that understood? During an overdive, if your soul dies, you can't return to your body. which means, technically you die. You need to stay on your toes at all times.
So, we're sending a rookie, huh? That's comforting.
Everything we know is at stake here. Ever-expanding research budget, overall safety of the planet, every last thing.
I can do it.
Yeah. It does end up making sense, all things considered. In kind of the same way, like, it's not the voice... I have to say, it's not the voice I really kind of expected for her. But by the end of the game, I can see why they went with what they went with. I bound the control pad to the other stick, since it controls the camera, and that just feels a lot less wonky.
Can you hear me? You're in the past. The overdrive device sent your conscience there.
The sacrifice incident from a year ago. It's the area where the Babel appeared.
In case you're wondering, you're inside a National Guard, Aya, but your body is still inside the CTI building.
We're going to get you started. Blank will navigate you. Don't forget that you're in a war zone.
So yeah, the soul of Aya essentially just takes over someone else's body, and you fight through their body.
The troops involved in the sacrifice incident were annihilated. It's been reported that they ran into some enormous twisted called Reapers.
I can tell you one thing. They're gonna be a huge pain.
First, we need to get our hands on any information we can.
The final goal is to destroy the Babel's core, the big orb.
Rookie, here's a refresher.
Yep, this is real time travel. We have immediately just gone a year into the past. I would imagine the plot might get a bit wonky, just from that alone. Time travel is a hard thing to pull off, right? I think the idea is that we see Aya for our own benefit to understand what's going on, but like in universe, all the other soldiers, if they were to walk over here, you would just see like a regular soldier dude standing here. Got a pretty big dodge roll. The Kingdom Hearts influence definitely is here alongside. I gotta say, it's an interesting thing I'll say is like the first Parasite Eve was kind of trying to be an action RPG in a way. It was like an early experimental attempt at what an action RPG would be like if you could move around the character in real time despite being an RPG. And this, despite being maybe lighter on some RPG elements, it does have some elements, and it's like, this came out around the time of like, you know, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and I feel like maybe that influence is there a little bit, and in some ways, arguably this is closer to what a modern action RPG is than the original game even is. I note that there is a limit to the dodge rolling, like you do 3 and then you got a big cooldown on it, which is a lot less broken than it was in the contemporaries of the time, like the PSP Kingdom Hearts game. You had a dodge roll that was super broken that you could just spam forever, and you were basically invincible until you stopped mashing square.
The Twisted are approaching!
Okay, show them what you learned in training.
Something I learned when playing through the prologue before, they explode when they're dying, so don't stand too close to them when they're about to die. I like that I can either wait for the clip to run out or just reload in the middle. Pretty easy so far, but it is the tutorial. Notably, the pistol here just has a bottomless...
Overdrive, Aya. You can jump into and take over someone else's body.
Keep transferring from vessel to maintain an advantage during battle.
So I can actually just freely switch between other people that are around during this fight. And there's the guy I was controlling. Yeah, I really like the music so far, too. As I was saying, notably, this handgun has unlimited ammunition.
There are things for you to find out there. You can use them as shields. Overdive near those objects to avoid getting hit while fighting. Got it?
But I have stronger weapons that have limited ammunition as well. Notably, I have 2 weapons that belong to Aya, which she can somehow use across all vessels. I don't know how that works, don't question it. And 1 weapon that is uniquely belongs to the vessel you have chosen to inhabit. Like the previous guy I had overdived into just had a rifle. This guy had a magnum. So if I use the vessel's weapon, now it's a magnum. And if I dive back into the other guy, now it's a rifle.
I'm going in.
Entering combat zone.
Well, we got some reinforcements.
This is an area where a lot of people lost their lives in battle. Look at all those twisted.
I guess it's your turn, Craig.
All right, rookie. You have no chance taking them head on.
If you say so.
Overdive to the enemy's blind spots and kill them all.
I'm just sitting here, like, intentionally trying not to use mechanics that the game hasn't explained yet. Even though I'm seeing the prompts for them.
Go ahead and use crossfire. It'll make all nearby soldiers focus on the target you want them to take out.
An enemy!
It's time to retaliate.
Focus on the target.
So that's how that works. You just stay locked onto an enemy without actually shooting at them for a bit.
I'm going in.
And everyone will just focus fire on it. Now they're getting messed up.
Focus on the target.
I think Dave just died. Yep.
Use overdive kill. I'll allow it.
But what about Aya's condition?
Just do it.
Overdrive kill is a powerful attack that allows you to dive into an enemy and implode it from inside. Catch the enemy off guard, and you'll do massive damage.
Attack its weak point. For massive damage. So the dive is an offensive maneuver well, and not just,
I've got you covered.
Well, there's our reinforcement for Dave. Rip Dave.
I'm going in. Focus on the target. I'm going in.
Now there goes another one.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Focus on the target.
Not doing so hot on keeping the soldiers
We did
alive.
it! The National Guards are regaining ground.
But I guess this is the better outcome than,
With the troops and keep going.
if I understand the implication here
Vitals are
correctly.
irregular. We need to get her back.
No, keep going. Changing the past might change the outcome of future battles. You got it, Aya?
If I understand the implication correctly, I think, everyone just died here originally.
Focus on the target. I'm going in.
Aya, use liberation.
Guess there's no other option.
Liberation eradicates anything withholding your powers, while greatly improving your reflexes.
But there's a huge risk involved. It drains your energy, so if you're attacked when it's over, you won't have the strength to...
You can do this.
You know, that's a good point. It's a little dangerous to change the past too much unless you just are directly doing the thing of, like, stopping the whole threat entirely. So this is liberation in this game. Kinda neat. It's not as cool as it was in the first game, but it's still neat.
Here comes the second wave!
And since they want us to just get a taste of what this can do, this is basically our tutorial segment for it, where the gauge just auto-refills as soon as it empties. Another thing that's cool about this is that you just auto-dodge attacks while it's happening.
Now's your chance.
You are wide open if,
Finish them off with overdrive kill.
you are wide open if the, liberation wears off, though, while you're just standing in the middle of enemy fire. Oops. I will say they do kind of have excuses. Like, 2's excuse is kind of that Aya's had, you know, sealed her powers away after the first game and was kind of trying not to use them to the same extent anymore. Notably, she never even gets a Liberate ability in Parasite Eve 2.
We have enemy coordinates. Aya, go.
There's a reason it makes sense in this game too, but again, I'm not gonna get into that right now. I think that's it for the tutorial level.
Begin ascent.
Roger that. This data we got is awesome.
Good work, Gaia.
Oh, rip that guy. You really have to rush through the level if you want a good clear time. My deaths... Is that about... Yeah, I guess... Okay, yeah, there's my deaths versus soldiers' deaths, I see. There's also kind of like... I'm just going to be stuck with a D grade on all missions for the difficulty just because I'm playing on normal mode. Huh. I'm not sure what mechanic that is that you've heard of other than this. But it is mostly the, like, plot that I know about, I guess, with, like, the ending. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, no, that... Again, to begin with, the whole fact that we even see her as Aya at all is just for the player's benefit. And so the whole, like, clothing thing is, like... Yeah, it's dumb. It's weird. I guess the clothes are part of her soul, so we're seeing her soul be rended. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I assume that's going to be a mystery for quite a while.
Dream again. Who are you, really? I just...
You were having that dream again, weren't you?
Is there another mission?
The boss is gone. And the FBI branch? They're gone as well.
Are you sure?
You're no longer under observation. We're moving you out of the cell into a room. This way.
That's not necessary.
I'm just looking out for you. You need to rely on me a little more. Do you think you'll be able to do something like that?
I'd rather not.
Stop being so hard on yourself. I don't know if you realize this, but you don't need a past in order to have a future.
Yeah, he kind of is like a little bit, isn't he? Well, are you ready for novel? Because here's where the biggest influence, one of the bigger influences of Final Fantasy XIII, data logs. We started with a big old action scene so that we could have a bunch of the backstory revealed through text. So here's the timeline of events we've just kind of been missing. It's currently 2013 as far as the game is concerned, and this dates back to 2010 when Aya Brea was discovered on Christmas Eve. A light snow was falling in Manhattan, where a woman had collapsed on the street outside of St. Thomas Cathedral. Her body was as cold as ice beneath her wedding dress, bloodstains blooming on her pale skin. She was later identified as Aya Brea. Aya had not a single memory about her own past. Hyde Bohr, the man who had found her, took her under his wing and followed her progress. So, she was at a cathedral. We know she has, like, a wedding ring, and she was found alone with bloodstains, and, it's weird. She doesn't know what happened, but, yeah. Doesn't seem like a good thing. And that's, that could be, like, part of... it seems like she has this lingering sense of, guilt, even though she doesn't remember what happened. So the first one of these creature sightings... Around the time Aya Brea was discovered, sightings of unknown organisms were coming in from all over New York State. At first, the US government treated these alarming events as acts of terror involving some kind of biological or chemical weapon. As always, the attempt to just do cover-ups. And then the opening cutscene happened, and just like, you're not covering that one up. The flurry of reported twisted sightings died down before long, but only because the strange organisms were deep underground preparing for the birth of the Babel. Also, December that year, the Counterterrorism Division was established. Winter of 2010, unknown lifeforms began attacking and abducting innocent civilians. Believing them to be part of a terrorist act perpetrated by enemies at home or abroad, the government established a counter-terrorism unit, the precursor to the CTI, under the FBI's direct control. Hyde Bohr was selected as its chief researcher. Following year, in January, CDC Advisory Committee established. A string of inexplicable incidents were considered biohazard events caused by an astounding new virus, prompting the president to establish an advisory committee. The Committee of Epidemics. This is a lot more funny to read about after 2020. You guys were off by about 10 years. Anyway, the Committee of Epidemics with Unknown Vectors was launched as part of the CDC. Its members included the Homeland Security Secretary, the Attorney General, and the heads of the Central Intelligence Agency, the National Science Foundation, and the Environmental Protection Agency, all working together to make sense of the current situation and to enhance biosecurity. The committee prepared for further biohazard threats, refining a hotline system for gathering information from affiliated agencies. In May, the Peter Feldman incident. Twisted were sighted at the time-honored, high-class Peter Feldman department store on Fifth Avenue in New York City. In an unprecedented tragedy, multiple Twisted appeared near the establishment's first-floor jewelry counters, killing close to 200 female shoppers. The SWAT team was instantly on the scene, cordoning off the first floor. Their prompt action and the fact that the Twisted had gone into hiding prevented further bloodshed on other floors. The massacre forced the government to acknowledge the existence of the Twisted, but the government did everything it could to keep all Twisted cases under wraps, classifying the case files as top secret. That is, until the Babel emerged. Defense Secretary releases Twisted Papers. On the 12th, the 21st Century National Security Council Advisory Panel to the Department of Defense released their final report, finding the Peter Feldman incident to be an act of bioterrorism against the U.S. mainland. During the same period, however, the U.S. Defense Secretary secretly released another report to the military, the so-called Twisted Papers, a compilation of battlefield strategies against the outrageous organisms. Aya Brea's overdive ability analyzed. CTI completes its analysis of Aya Brea's ability to leap through time and space and delve into mysterious domains with her psyche. Hyde Bohr dubs this capability Overdive. We'll kind of discover the origins of that one later on, but the non-spoiler gist of it is that it's just kind of a new ability was awakened under extreme duress. Counter-Twisted Investigation Team formed. Its official name is, once the government acknowledged the existence of Twisted, they turned the old counterterrorism unit into an organization dedicated to stopping the strange organisms. making use of Aya Brea's unique overdrive talent as its chief investigative tool. At the end of July, Hyde-Bohr formed the Overdrive Tactical Research Unit and began developing an overdrive device. That same day, Hunter Owen came from the FBI to take his post as the first head of the CTI. The CTI initially consisted of some 1,400 professionals at the tops of their various fields. They were divided into 42 units, including an overdrive investigation unit, an overdrive tactical research unit, a science and technology unit, and a data analysis unit. Owen placed Agent Brea in solitary confinement and put her under increased observation. That's probably explained better if I go look. I didn't read over all of these, but I read over a couple of them, and this would probably help that make more sense. Aya Brea, half Japanese with blonde hair and blue eyes. Her unique genetic makeup has given her the physique of a woman in her 20s. On Christmas Eve 2010, she was found outside St. Thomas Cathedral in Manhattan, suffering from amnesia. Judging from her blood-stained wedding gown, she had been found just before or just after her own wedding ceremony, although that hasn't been confirmed. She remembered nothing of herself apart from her own name. Soon after entering CTI custody, she exhibited a mysterious ability. After much analysis, this ability was dubbed Overdive. The Overdive device made Aya the only person capable of diving into a human's past consciousness. Her chief mission was to move back in time and alter the reality that had already happened. But if she were to go beyond the limits of her abilities, her consciousness would be lost in time, never to return. In short, death during an overdive operation had a direct effect on the physical body left behind. At present, she has completed military training, C9A, about 1/3 of the total program, under the instruction of Thelonious Cray. Okay, that doesn't have the information I thought it did. What did I read? What was it? This is probably it. Notice about Overdive. This is the ability to dive into another's psyche and temporarily take control of his or her body. Individuals with this ability can use the Overdive device to remove the portion of the consciousness related to past events, thereby making it possible to warp into the past. Taking the pseudoscience to a new level. To the best of our knowledge, Aya Brea is the only person capable of this feat. It got its name from her vital signs during the process, which resembled a deep-sea dive. That's not it either. What did I read? Aya and the Twisted. Maybe that would be it. The completion of the Overdive device and the unveiling of the time-traveling Aya Brea deeply affected the few physicists who knew about it. Once it was determined that overdiving employed a mechanism similar to that of the Twisted's parasitic behavior toward humans, however, the government turned its attention from the time warp aspect and squarely onto Aya Brea herself. And that's part of why she ended up in observation and solitary confinement. The FBI, CIA, and all manner of institutions around the world obtained samples of Aya's cells and got down to analyzing them. Again? We're doing this again? Remember Parasite Eve 2? Alright, now where were we? I think I just read this. Yeah. Special Ops Team TDM established. Thanks to the Twisted Papers, the government and the military's top brass became acutely aware of the importance of a highly specialized anti-Twisted team. Thus, a new elite unit, TDM, the Dead March, was established as part of the US Army. The unit's name referred to the resolute determination of its members, conjuring up an image of a suicide corps that would continue fighting even in death. The formation of TDM and the training of its members were conducted behind closed doors, and the unit's very existence was classified as top secret. 2012, Operation Red Fog. On January 7th, 2012, a year after the first Twisted sighting, the Babel began twining its subterranean routes around Grand Central Station, so that was the opening cutscene. The military carried out a daring assault with Captain Rousseau of the elite Delta Force heading up the advance team. The platoon was wiped out in just over an hour, as was the National Guard unit that had been fighting by their side. Thelonious Cray, a former member of Rousseau's platoon who had just assumed his post at CTI and did not participate in the operation, has said that the captain's final transmission mentioned an encounter with a little girl who had become a Twisted. February 13th, orders issued for DEFCON 3. After reviewing Operation Red Fog, the U.S. Defense Secretary issued orders for DEFCON 3. To avoid panic among the populace, the 5 branches of the U.S. military quietly worked to ramp up their combat readiness behind the scenes. Tragically, because the populace wasn't warned, the babble caused a great number of casualties when it emerged. Report issued on abnormal crustal changes. With the help of GPS-assisted observation, the U.S. Earthquake Engineering Research Center identified abnormal changes in the Earth's crust in and around New York State, and reported their findings to the government. Operation Violet Storm. The elite unit TDM was mobilized to eliminate the Twisted that had infiltrated the landmark Marine Hotel in Manhattan, breaking through windows on the 53rd floor. Something tells me this is going to be another mission in the game. I'm going to time travel here. The Twisted decimated TDM's ranks and killed 347 hotel guests before suddenly disappearing. Contrary to government and military expectations, the much-lauded TDM unit was no more. Records on the new Flying Twisted proved unrecoverable. New Flying Twisted, that sounds fun. Overdrive device completed. Investigations begin. At the end of November, the Overdrive Tactical Research Unit completed work on an overdrive device. The special agents of the Overdrive Investigation Unit began putting it through its paces. December 24th, the Babbles emerge. Oh no, this was the opening cutscene. On the evening of Christmas Eve 2012, the Earth rumbled and groaned in spots throughout the US before buckling upward and shattering to reveal Babbles thought to serve as twisted nests. Already at DEFCON 3, the Army mobilized at once. They lacked the means to stop the relentless onslaught of huge numbers of Twisted, however, leaving the organisms free to destroy most of the country and claim it as their own. The day has come to be known as the beginning of the end, the opening salvo in a battle between humans and Twisted, with the very existence of the human race at stake. The Sacrifice Incident. We just played this. Operation Rainbow Dust. On the evening of Christmas Eve 2012, a large-scale Twisted outbreak. Hey, D2. I am currently basically might as well be playing a visual novel because the third birthday has a whole lot of data logs. On the evening of Christmas Eve 2012, a large-scale Twisted outbreak occurred at Club Sacrifice in New York City, part of the beginning of the end. Oh wait, no, this isn't what I just played. This is actually going to be the next mission that we're going to do. A National Guard unit stationed nearby stormed the club to carry out a rescue operation. However, the Twisted's sheer ferocity swiftly transformed the club into a living hell. The Army maintains a record of the bloodshed. It has proven to be a valuable resource in analyzing the Twisted's ecological characteristics. In short, to recap you a little bit, the Twisted are the enemy of this game. The opening cutscene shows the emergence of the Babel, which are like these huge vines, tentacles, nests for them, I guess. It looks a lot like an awakening of the old ones or something. Pretty bad. Also, Aya was found a couple of years ago in a bloodstained wedding dress with total amnesia as to how she got there and what happened, and the only thing she remembers about herself is her name. But she has a new power that was awakened at somehow that allows, essentially, time travel. So this game's plot is gonna be going places. December 25th, US President calls emergency press conference. The President called an emergency press conference at the White House on the 25th, telling the nation that the greatest threat in the history of humanity is approaching, and outlining plans for waging all-out war on the Twisted. Then we finally get to the game's current year. February, development of new nuclear weapon Okaid. Chief Perry of the National Nuclear Safety Administration requests a budget of $370 million, explaining that the design and development of a new nuclear weapon effective against the Twisted is of the utmost urgency. The government grants Perry's request. April 1st. Prediction: U.S. to be wiped out in 2 years. According to supercomputer calculations at the U.S. Army Research Laboratory's Large-Scale Shared Resource Center, the country's population is predicted to be wiped out by 2015, 2 years away. September 4th, Air Force One crashes. On the afternoon of the 4th, Twisted attacked Air Force One en route to carrying the president outside the country to safety. The plane exploded in midair and crashed. In accordance with the 25th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, 25th Amendment, Vice President Henry S. Russell succeeded to the office of President. I don't know enough about the Constitution. I saw that number and I was like, that's very large. Are there really that many amendments? But that sounds like an amendment we do actually have, so I need to study more. September 30th, Pentagon destroyed. In the early morning of the 30th, Twisted appeared inside the Pentagon, the U.S. Department of Defense headquarters. A massive Twisted filled 1 square mile of space, destroying the building that for 70 years had stood for safeguarding the freedom and peace of the American people. Approximately 2,000 employees and military personnel were rescued, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. In October, the Department of Defense disclosed on the 12th that the number of casualties in New York State since the Babel first appeared in December 2012 had surpassed 5 million, or 25% of the total population. The Leavenworth incident. On October 3rd, over 20 Twisted made an appearance at the CTI and Army Joint Exercise and Training Grounds, attacking Aya Brea and her fellow CTI agents mid-training. Agent Gabrielle Monsini? Something like that. I don't know. Agent Gabrielle perished while shielding Agent Brea from the creatures. Oof. November, Babels emerge in Asia. Reuters reported that on the afternoon... Wow, it's weird hearing a real news organization mentioned in the game. Reuters reported that on the afternoon of the 17th, multiple Babels appeared in Japan, portions of the Korean archipelago, and throughout China, bringing the total number of Babel-infested countries to 24, about an eighth of the world. December 1st, UN Security Council calls for coalition forces. French Prime Minister Annabella Larbeau, perhaps, chaired a domestic summit at the end of November, during which the attendees pushed for the immediate formation of a contingent of UN forces. The next day, the UN Security Council adopted a resolution calling for the creation of the first ever militarized coalition forces tasked with driving out the Twisted. The resolution states that the new unit would carry out operations in coordination with the US, British, and French governments while supporting the US Army in close-range deployment operations across North America. December 9th, US survivors seek refuge in Ireland. Irish President Nora Townshend announced that she had accepted a request from the US government to take in American survivors as refugees, with approximately 300,000 arriving in the first wave. December 21st, the Met Incident. No codename. An incident took place in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Oh boy, the Museum of Art again. In New York City, in the early morning of December 21st, employees and delivery personnel were unloading assorted works of art under the protection of the U.S. Army when several Twisted suddenly appeared. CTI Special Agent Thelonious Cray responded to a request for backup. He encountered a brand new giant Twisted in the museum's central lobby, but his visual imaging system was destroyed in the skirmish and all footage of the oversized Twisted was lost. Cray made it out of the museum with 9 survivors. FBI headquarters destroyed. At around 4:30 p.m. on the 23rd, a great number of Twisted appeared both at FBI headquarters on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., and at the regional FBI office in New York, resulting in many casualties. Reuters reported that there were 3,000 people killed and more than 800 injured. As with the destruction of the Pentagon, the massive damage sustained by yet another of the institutions vital to the preservation of peace in America struck a crushing blow to its citizens' collective morale. Present day. Babel-stricken regions, 47 countries worldwide. Estimated number of twisted, approximately 18 million creatures. And we've got the CTI crew. I already read about Aya. Hyde Bohr. Born in Denmark, his father was also a physicist, and he grew up surrounded by famous names in the field. He emigrated to America after graduation and devoted himself to research in the field of quantum mechanics. In 1999, he was invited to become a project manager for the Defense Sciences Office at DARPA, the DARPA chief, a unit of the U.S. Department of Defense that was researching and developing new technologies for the nation's military. In 2005, he entered the FBI's Research Center, where he led his own forensics team before becoming the Director of Counterterrorism and Counterintelligence. On Christmas Eve 2010, he found Aya Brea unconscious in the snow outside Manhattan's St. Thomas Cathedral and took her in. Around the same time, he became the head of the newly formed Counter-Proliferation Strategy Support Division of the CTD forerunner to the CTI. As the chief researcher of the CTI, his duties included revamping it, leading the development team as its senior engineer, and heading up the Overdive Investigation Unit. Blank. Real name unknown. They got real creative there. We don't know your name. Okay, you'll just be Blank then. Cool. Oh boy, born in a place I absolutely do not know how to pronounce, in South Korea. Blank is the chief engineer of CTI's Overdive unit. He provides investigative support to CTI as an associate researcher. He was arrested for stealing classified NSA data using Brash Marionette, Trojan horse software he had developed at the age of 14. Once received in email, it forcibly installed itself and transmitted data to a host computer via a reverse connection. 6 months later, his sentence was reduced with a plea bargain. He began cooperating with CIA investigations, destroying terror cell networks and contributing to the downfall of the terror organizations themselves. When he began to get death threats from a sister cell, he survived by wiping his personal history and creating a new legend in its place. Since then, Blank has been assigned to the investigative support offices of various agencies across America. He has especially close ties with the FBI's Counterterrorism Division and has worked with Chief Hyde Bohr for years. He joined the CTI at Hyde's request to assist in the development of an Overdive device. Thelonious Cray. Born in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, his parents divorced when he was 5. That hits a little close to home. He was sent to his mother's house, where he was forced to live in extreme poverty. Ooh. Before coming to work at the CTI, he had been part of the elite Delta Force unit of the U.S. Army, specializing in counterterrorism. He was enlisted in Captain Rousseau's squad, one that took on only the trickiest and most dangerous missions. Though he's ably equipped for counterterrorism missions, he's distinguished by his skill in close quarters combat, CQC, which is truly second to none. Cray ran a hostage rescue mission in the Grand Pacific Airlines hijacking, taking command of the Red Squad as they subdued the hijackers and secured the hostages, bringing the event to its conclusion with no casualties. It was this feat that got him assigned to Rousseau's squad. As they racked up more and more victories, Rousseau's squad became known far and wide as the pride of the Delta Force and the terrorists' biggest threat. All that came to an end with the failure of Operation Red Fog in 2012. Delta Force was annihilated, and all squad members were killed in action. Cray was all that remained of Rousseau's squad. He hadn't been part of the fatal mission, instead assuming his new post at the CTI. In the spring of 2002, he married Sandra Smith, an exchange student nurse he had met while in the hospital. Their daughter Isabella was born the following year. That's a little bit out of sequence there, but okay. Gabriel Monsimi. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, her grandfather had emigrated from Belgium. Her father was a police officer, and her mother died when Gabrielle was an infant. She was a special agent in the CTI's Overdive Investigation Unit, with beautiful features, balanced proportions, and large, discerning eyes that speak to her profound insight. One glance from her would stop you dead in your tracks. Gabrielle truly worked her way to the top, starting with the LAPD before being selected for the SWAT team. Lucky she wasn't sent to the Acropolis. She acquired outstanding sharpshooter skills while part of a sniper team within a hostage rescue unit. She was also one of the few chosen by the FBI's counter-terrorism division to join a special emergency squadron as part of the SWAT team. She first worked with Hyde on a CTD mission. She transferred to the CTI on his enthusiastic recommendation. Her sharpshooter techniques and Halo, high-altitude, low-opening parachute skills were among the very best. Aya says that Gabrielle taught low-range combat to short-range fighter... Aya says that Gabrielle taught long-range combat to short-range fighter Cray. Gabrielle died in 2013 while defending Aya from a twisted onslaught at the Leavenworth CTI Army Joint Exercise and Training Grounds. I wonder if we'll revert that, because, you know, time travel. I guess we'll find out. Hunter Owen, the boss. Born in Joliet, Illinois, he joined the FBI after graduating from Vail. He was discovered by the director, distinguished himself as an agent, and was promoted to deputy director in 2008. In the same month that the CTI was created as a counter-twisted It's too much reading! In the same month that the CTI was created as a counter-twisted investigatory agency, the president appointed him its chief. He died in the December 2013 attack on FBI headquarters. Oh, rip. Augustus Vassal. I guess they didn't have a good picture of him, so they had to take a post-mortem on that one. A male gunsmith from Rhode Island, as a medical officer in the U.S. Air Force, he participated in the Gulf War's Operation Desert Storm but was badly wounded and sent home. His attention then turned to designing firearms. Vassal went on to produce enhanced versions of many existing gun models, earning him the title of the Genius Gunsmith. Since joining the CTI's equipment unit as the leader of its weapon design lab, he has been making firearms to suit the unique abilities of each special agent. In the summer of 2013, however, he was abducted by a Twisted and turned into a Slacker. That's one of the specific creatures. The CTI captured him and, in accordance with his wishes, used Vassal as a test subject in various experiments. And in the battle simulator. Louise Breyer extracted from his body a particular gene belonging to an unknown Twisted, one that gave him the power to come back to life. Sure hope we don't run into that Twisted, wherever that gene came from. Weapon parts designed by Vassal are engraved with the initial V. All of that, by the way, is just to create a justified reason why you have a battle simulation where you fight a Twisted that, you know, can just come back to life after you kill it so that you can keep doing the training again and again. Keith Burrows, 35-year-old male, born in Southern California, entered the Army right out of high school, enjoys spending his leisure time working out and pushing himself to his limits in various sports. An adrenaline junkie, oh, there's no picture. Okay, I guess he's not very important. Enjoys spending his leisure time working out and pushing himself to his limits in various sports. An adrenaline junkie, the Army assigned him to the post of prison guard in the CTI's security division when the organization was first established. Edgar Nelson, 37-year-old male born into Oregon's working class. His unmatched physical prowess, along with his poised and daring demeanor, served him well in the Navy SEALs. He left the SEALs when his wife was killed in an accident and was making a living as a long-haul truck driver when the CTI was established. His acquaintance, Hyde Bower, persuaded him to join the CTI's security division as the armory clerk. Jamie Denton, 42-year-old male born in Indiana, programmer and linguist. After getting his undergraduate degree at Harvard, he went to MIT for his doctorate and devoted himself to constructing a linguistic optimality theory. Known for developing the Citrin programming language, volunteered his services to the CTI after the Twisted appeared. Now works as a leading member of the Data Analysis Unit. Valerio Neglia, an Italian male who worked at the weapon design lab in the CTI's equipment unit. The weapons he designs bear an engraved initial M. Not much info there. Tatiana Lizvarov, a Russian woman who worked at the past tense? Who worked at the weapon design lab in the CTI's equipment unit. Weapons whose model numbers begin with T are called the Tanya series, after Tatiana's nickname. That past tense makes me think maybe she is also Rip. So here's the Twisted we've encountered so far. The bloodthirsty simpleton, Slacker, an incomplete Twisted. Robbed of its consciousness, its body somehow blighted during metamorphosis, it was unable to complete its transformation. Its attacks are simple and consist only of charging forward. However, they often appear in swarms, and it's dangerous to underestimate the power they hold in numbers. Two-faced Death Dancer. Actual name, Wad. Good name. A Twisted that expands and contracts as it attacks, like a balloon. Its physical changes indicating its battle stance. While contracted, it becomes sharp as a blade and fast as a whip. Oh. So I guess they have attacks in that form, too. While expanded, it floats along like a balloon firing projectiles. The Babbles. Babble 1. Life forms that appeared out of nowhere throughout New York City on Christmas Eve 2012. Twisting up through fractures in the earth and shooting toward the sky, they grow and develop at the expense of any artificial structures in their way. Twisted can be observed swarming around the Babel. We have no definitive proof at present that would allow us to determine whether it's a living thing or simply an inorganic substance of some sort. Big Orb. Thought to exist within the Babel's core, all orbs bring sustenance to the Big Orb, which in turn pulsates the energy needed to grow throughout the Babel's interior. Since it's involved in both metabolism and respiration, destroying this most vital of organs would surely bring about the downfall of the Babel itself. We hope. The Overdrive Device. A device for releasing, expanding, and controlling Aya's abilities. Developed by the Overdrive Tactical Research Team under Chief Researcher Hyde Bower, the Overdrive device, codenamed Aya, they're very creative, was completed in the winter of 2012. Dr. Blank took the lead in developing the unit's real-time kinematic system, ensuring the accurate acquisition of an overdrive target. Overdrive Kill. Normally, humans are the only potential overdrive targets. Diving into a different life form would scramble and possibly even destroy Aya's consciousness, killing her in the process. Overdrive Kill is a special attack whereby Aya dives into a Twisted and destroys it from within. It's effective, yet extremely risky for the diver. Liberation, loosening the constraints on Aya's abilities allows her to unleash an explosive burst of power. The force released in this no-holds-barred condition might also be considered runaway energy. Entering this state for even a few moments takes a significant toll on Aya's body and spirit. I don't know if this is going to be particularly interesting, but Crossfire, a technique that involves stationing multiple human allies at barricades and other obstacles, then, when the opportunity presents itself, catching the enemy in one big coordinated shootout. The Crossfire gauge must be full before attempting this tactic. The participating soldiers find their psyches temporarily united with Aya's thanks to her over-energy. This effect is what allows her to control them during a crossfire. Okay, there's a little bit of lore there. Over-energy. Aya's unique abilities are collectively known as over-energy. Notice the lack of parasite powers. We're not even bothering with that. By overdiving into other humans or Twisted, Aya can obtain over-energy chips with the power to alter her abilities. Setting these chips into a DNA board can bring out all kinds of latent skills. Over-energy chips are DNA fragments Aya Brea obtains when she overdives into another person or a Twisted. They're often made up of multiple OEs. As Aya's abilities develop, her instincts should lead her to select the genetic information necessary for her own evolution. Aya can carry up to 30 chips. Yeah, the whole mitochondria parasite thing really took a backseat in this game, as far as I can tell. And by backseat, I mean, like, it's just not present. Case files of previous incidents stored on terminals belonging to CTI's Overdive Investigation Unit. A wide range of records, analyzed and sorted. Well, I mean, the Liberation is, like, her parasite powers, we know that. But yeah, it's really a backseat. A wide range of records analyzed and stored are used with the CTI's training system to realistically reenact past battles. Oh yeah, you can replay past levels. This allows Aya to immerse herself in previous battles for a training experience second only to the real thing. Battle Simulator. A battle simulation program developed according to the last wishes of the late CTI gunsmith Augustus Vassell. The program aims to boost battle prowess with fights against simulated foes or the slacker version of Vassal. Having received genes granting the Twisted's ability to come back to life, Vassal can be defeated many times over without actually dying. Given that it features what is essentially an undead employee who's a Twisted to boot, the simulator's very existence is kept under tight wraps. Even within the CTI, only a select few are permitted to use the program. Craze Battle Handbook, Lesson 1 Defense. As a famous militarist once said, the best form of attack is defense. Rushing headlong into battle is no way to win. While fending off your enemy's attacks, deploy your troops so as to make use of the terrain and any available barricades. These tactics are crucial for moving into the attack phase. Now, about taking cover. Taking cover means hiding yourself behind walls, barricades, or anything else that acts like a shield and continuing to wage battle in relative safety. While taking cover, be sure to assess the enemy accurately and make your moves accordingly. Shooting or using grenades are your best bet for attacking while taking cover. You can lock on, assume a firing position, and fire practically instantaneously. Then just turn off your targeting and pop back behind your cover. Hell, you don't even have to stand up to lob a grenade or three. Anything that could create an opening for the enemy to attack, like reloading, should ideally be done while taking cover. You have to know the terrain, know where the obstacles are, and know how to use them to your advantage. If you stick with defense while taking cover, you've got to get a positional advantage over the enemy. Overdive to put troops in the right places at the right times. That way you'll get great mobility and attack power once you enter the offensive phase. So I guess it's going to be smart to, like, just jump around and just move people where I want them. Also, there is the whole thing, I kind of glossed over it, I don't think I read it aloud, but the tutorial level mentioned that the barricades can just, like, get broken if they take too many attacks, so you don't want to stay on the defensive for too long. When you start fighting back, quick dodges are an absolute must. I'm sure you already know how to evade attacks in ways best suited to your gear and your condition. Mistaking recklessness for bravery is for rookies. A string of sudden attacks doesn't make for much of a strategy. You have to change up your offensive maneuvers. Turning, surrounding, breaking through to fit your tactics. Your overdive abilities are great and all, but even they can't help you if you forget the basics. Normally locking on targets the closest enemy in range, but you can always pick a new target. Start with the biggest troublemaker and go from there. How about shooting? When you're wielding a handgun, the process boils down to simply locking on and firing. Point the barrel at an enemy and a target marker will appear. That's when you pull the trigger. You can pick up ammo on the battlefield, but don't forget to reload. If you're working with a sniper rifle or a grenade launcher, first get into your firing stance, then adjust your line of fire. Get the enemy smack dab in the middle of your sights or you'll never hit them. It takes split-second timing to throw grenades and other weapons that explode when thrown. Keep an eye on the drop point. Customize the weapons you obtain to make them more powerful. You can do this at the weapon bank. The CTI has some world-class gunsmiths, but even they can't keep up with all the new varieties of Twisted we're seeing. You're going to have to upgrade your own weapons and make them uniquely yours if you're going to have any chance of besting those baddies. There are 3 main possible overdive targets available on the battlefield. First, plain old civilians. They're not too hot in battle, but you can clear some feats by keeping them alive. Then there are soldiers like us, mostly new recruits and privates. They've got middling battle skills, but that's exactly why they tend to carry higher grade weapons. Finally, there's the elite troops. They can really come in handy, but they don't usually carry more than a plain old assault rifle. The second you acquire a target, the CTI's visual imaging system will tell you his or her name and rank. Elite troops will have a hawk insignia beside their names. Weapons data gained by overdiving can be used at the weapon bank, although they won't accept registrations of some experimental weapons. Again, I guess there's some benefit to just going hog wild and overdiving into, like, everyone you can. It's hard to ID weapons in the heat of battle. Blank's system will let you know if a target has a new weapon for you by displaying his or her name in orange. Ah, that's good. Out of about 3 billion base pairs of DNA, about 60,000 are believed to contain genetic information dealing with your unique over-energy abilities. Combining these genes with those received from other people or twisted to initiate artificial evolution is called over-energy setup, a system devised by geneticist Yuri Kozakov. When you install various OE chips, you can change the form your special abilities will take when released as over-energy. Take the enemy's characteristics and the battle direction into account, and you can formulate and use the best possible abilities for each situation. Synthesizing 2 of the same types of OE chips on a DNA board can raise the OE level. Our research so far indicates that as the OE level increases to a maximum of 25, so does its power duration and success rate. You might be able to produce exciting new OE chips by synthesizing 2 different types. Don't be afraid to try all sorts of combinations. Passive though they may be, these OE abilities bestow various effects in battle. For example, Energy Defense is an always-on OE that boosts your defense. Barrier has a set possibility of being activated. True to its name, it creates a barrier to protect your physical body, nullifying enemy attacks. Pre-raise is a reviving ability. It only works once though, so don't do anything crazy thinking pre-raise has your back. The consequences could be deadly. Power Surge temporarily boosts attack power when destroying an enemy or performing an overdrive kill. Critical Shot triggers when wielding a handgun. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it unleashes one hell of an energy shot. Odds Up increases your chances of obtaining an OE chip or finding better quality chips. This is another always-on ability. It's a lot to digest all at once. You're better off synthesizing a bunch of OE abilities to see what you come up with and what exactly they do. There are a few different types of Liberation OEs, each with its own effect. Energy Shot increases the power of the energy shot released during Liberation. Regeneration restores your vitality during Liberation. Inferno is, well, something I'd prefer you not use, if at all possible. It uses all of your life force to wipe out surrounding enemies. No matter what kind of a corner you've painted yourself into, though, there has to be a better way out than sacrificing yourself. I guess Inferno would be something you could use with pre-raise. We've only discovered 3 kinds of Crossfire OE so far. Boost Fire increases your offense during a crossfire. Cross Healing is an OE that has only a chance of triggering. If it does though, it heals the damage taken by the other soldiers in the crossfire. Rapid Link makes the crossfire gauge refill more quickly. Let me tell you about OEs that enhance your overdive. These OEs are triggered while diving, with many of them increasing your protection and or defense. Healing restores your vitality after an overdive. Antibody temporarily boosts your defense. Restock restores a tiny bit of ammo. Impact Wave releases your life energy during an overdive, blowing enemies away in a huge shock wave. Some OEs will increase your mobility and attack power during an overdive kill. Kill Boost raises the destructive power of an overdive kill to even more devastating heights. Haste slows down time in the surrounding area after an overdive kill. All living things will move as slow as molasses in January, except for you, that is. Be careful though, the effect doesn't last forever. Kill boost is the only sure thing. The other OEs have only a chance of occurring. If you want to increase the trigger rate, raise your OE level. You can easily get yourself into trouble if you don't take the time to learn about negative OEs. The OE synthesis system was only discovered and developed in the process of researching your overdrive ability, so it's not exactly well established. That means there are plenty of undiscovered, harmful OEs out there that can actually diminish your capabilities. You'll just have to find them as you go. I can tell you about the ones we've come across so far, though. Slow slows you down. With this activated, attacks you'd normally be able to dodge become inescapable. Be careful with this one. Slow recharge makes your ammo reload speed that much slower. Lowered evasion reduces the number of times you can dodge. Oh yeah, I noted that it was capped at 3. Odds down reduces the probability of obtaining an OE chip. Illness makes your vitality recover more slowly, and disease does the same for your liberation gauge. I'm getting the idea that it's probably a good idea to save every time before messing with any of that. The board that holds the OE chips is called a DNA board. We should just read the original Parasite Eve novel. The problem with that is I think that one's a little more copyrighted, so I'd probably get banned for that one. Or at least get the video, like, removed. It doesn't hold much. The DNA board doesn't hold much, but you might be able to find new DNA boards. You can remove any OE chips you don't need for synthesis. Once you've removed a certain number of chips, you might receive a new one. Place the OE chips you've obtained in the DNA board and setup is complete. You'll still have to equip the DNA board, though. I know the concept of equipping DNA is a weird one, but OE is your greatest weapon in a battle against insanely powerful foes. No matter what amazing abilities a synthesized OE chip may hold, its level will never increase beyond a certain point if your own level is too low. Just another reason why it's important not to neglect your training. Line up 2 of the same kind of OE chips on the DNA board and you'll trigger a phenomenon known as an over-energy link. The OE level of a pair of linked chips is equal to the sum of the 2 chips' levels, even if one level is on the low side. You can spawn some high-level OE chips as your own level increases, so it's important to keep on synthesizing. You might even wind up discovering a brand new kind of over-energy. We're done. We've read it all. For now. Let's go look around. Buy weapons, etc. Yep. More reading! In case of fire or explosions. Cray showed me how to use it. It's pretty heavy. Can I even handle this? I don't know why they bothered putting in that little grunt sound effect every time you examine something. I'd rather they just didn't. This will wet your whistle after training. You can't do anything about a nervous dry mouth in the middle of an overdrive. Ah yes, my favorite soft drink. Soft drink. Customize your weapons, then hit the battle room to see how they work. Your life depends on it. Weapons Monthly April Special, the Volti BT-13 Valiant. An old magazine. I wonder who left it here. I wonder if whoever this magazine belongs to is still alive. Also, it just goes by on its own, kind of like Parasite Eve 2 dialogue. I don't get to leave it on screen. Marksmanship Tournament. It's from last year. Gabriel would still have been around. Marksmanship Exam Top Rankings. My results were absolutely abysmal. I'm gonna blame the amnesia on that one, among other things. Safety first. Watch out for explosions, you mean? How many more battles must we fight? Our weapons aren't enough to defeat some of the twisted something. Gabriel and I used to come here a lot. I need more training so I can grow stronger. Our weapons aren't enough to defeat some of the twisted we're up against. What was that? Ah. You can change the weapon you'll be bringing on your mission here. You can also purchase parts to customize weapons. Cool. Let's upgrade the handgun, because that's the one that's got infinite ammo, so this is always what you fall back to if you run out. Can't do that because my weapon hasn't leveled up. What about accuracy? Engineered to trigger overdive kill, that's a good one. Might as well do this too. Ooh, I can buy new weapons. Well, not yet, I can't. Oh, I can buy this. Few bullets, but each shot is very powerful. No space railgun for us. You know... Yeah, I'm gonna assume... I'm gonna just assume that they tried that, and that they tried nukes. I'm going to assume. Upgraded power sounds nice. Okay, so there's a trade-off thing going on here. Like upgrading the power. Let's see. It makes the accuracy a little bit worse, and it makes the rate of like triggering overdives not as good a little bit, just to make it more powerful. This will greatly improve the accuracy and the overdrive stuff, but then it just drops the weapon power by like a bunch. Oh, is it not letting me use both parts simultaneously? Is that what's going on? Hold on. Oh, that is what's going on. It's choose one, that's why. Okay. Well, this one, I can actually use this and that simultaneously, so not all of them are just like one or the other, at least. Ammo's good. Give me that one. And no trade-off for this either. Okay. So some parts can be used simultaneously, some cannot. For some reason. That's all I can afford to do, so. Alright. Let's head on in here. This is our great battle simulation. It's just a stationary target dummy. It doesn't do anything. But it does allow you to gauge how you're doing for damage. Level 2 and 3 are the exact same thing, they just have more health. Here's our friend, you know, what's his face? I already forgot his name. Good old what's his face. Apparently this was his last wish. Be of use any way he can be, I guess. He has a lot of health, so I'm gonna assume it's much more prudent to come back and mess with that another time. I would like to leave. Goodbye.
Alright, rookie. No one knows what you're going to encounter as you approach the big orb. There have been no witnesses or survivors that have come back to tell their tale. Not a one. Fuck the data. You know you can do this. Think of the training you went through. Aya, how many times did you lose consciousness?
10 times, perhaps? I don't remember.
Ah, exactly. After experiencing that, you're ready for anything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am noticing that a little bit with this game, is that there's a good number of things that just seem to have, like, the most generic name possible. Soldiers are made on the battlefield. Even watching a fellow soldier take down an enemy can be an education. If you want to be the best, don't overlook the actions of those around you. Thanks, Cray. Physical ability exam, top 10. My name's not on there, of course. There's graffiti here. Vote for the CTI as most hated. The boss is in first place. I'm not surprised. US destroyed within 2 years? If I change the world, will the dead come back to us? The Leavenworth incident, this is an old article. She's that famous actress. I don't remember the last time I saw a movie. She was a popular actress not long ago. Did I have a favorite actor? I was someone's fan? Is that what that said? Was I someone's fan? Yeah. Looks like someone left this year. It's easy to leave things behind in the middle of an emergency mobilization. A poster of a famous New York opera house. I think I might have had bad memories about this place. Art gallery exhibition, admit 1. No one will be using this anytime soon. Physical ability exams, top 10. Again? Whatever for. These things are everywhere. Why? Is this someone's idea of bragging? Air Force One crashes. There's another story like this every week. Most of the pages contain articles on the Twisted. They've come to be just... They've come to be just another occurrence these days. That's how it goes. Hey, I actually got something gameplay relevant. It's not just a different, like, outfit for her, it actually has better defense. Perfect for investigations in New York winters. Yep. This is a special suit developed by the CTI. I hear it's really easy to move around in. I don't think I have any abilities for this suit to draw out right now. A poster of some athlete? I wonder whose it is. Looks like a poster of a pro athlete. I don't know who it is, though. The dirty laundry's piling up, I see. I'd rather not take too close a look. If Gabrielle were alive, she'd have a thing or two to say about it. Fresh, clean towels. It's the little things that count. So soft and fluffy. I hear some people take those towels home. It smells nice, like soap. Kind of puts me in a tranquil mood. I like showers. I can wash off my sweat and everything bad along with it. Someone always forgets their loofah. I wonder who it could be. It always startles me. I don't even look like myself. That's one scar that won't go away. Well, with that, I've explored the place and read all the stuff, so I would hope from this point, like, there's gonna be more stuff to read as we go. I would hope that there's not gonna be so much of it all at once, though. Like, I would imagine and I would hope that it's kind of front-loaded, and we'll just get some extra bits from here on. But I don't know.
You have to go again so quickly, Aya. Be careful.
I will.
A new world. Earth 2.0. I want to see it, but at the same time it scares me. Well, I like the world as it is. There's the overdive system, there's you, and then there's me. I can do all the research I want. If it weren't for you, the system would be useless. It would just be a piece of junk. And then what would I do?
I gotta say, this is once again emulator magic a little bit, kind of like when I was playing Parasite Eve 2. But this looks pretty good for a PSP game.
We're sending you to the direct location of the sacrifice incident that took place approximately 1 year ago. You're going to be focusing on taking out the battle.
Yes, sir.
The goal of your mission is to destroy the big orb within the Babel. This is said to be the core, or the main organ of the Babel. The heart that keeps it alive.
I understand.
Once that's done, it shouldn't be long before the Babel destroys itself.
Yes, sir.
If you get to the Babel soon after it spawns, there's a good chance it can be destroyed. It's just a chance, but it's the best we've got.
And if we fail?
Let's just say, our future will be very bleak.
I'd imagine so. You got anything else to say?
The boss couldn't believe the past could be changed. Now's your chance to prove him wrong. I know it can happen.
We're just going right for it, huh? Destroy the Babel. Mission 1 of the game. I'm sure this will work out perfectly. Oh yeah, I haven't done anything with this yet. This is just that. But I haven't done anything with this. I mean, the estimates I've seen, it's... To be fair, it really isn't that long of a game by estimates, but... Which kind of checks out, considering none of these games have been. Sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and save on the off chance I die horribly in the first level. So this, I have not played. This next mission. I think it also, funnily enough, might be the only bit of the gameplay. I've actually seen the final boss, like I mentioned. I know of, like, the ending. And other than that, I think the only bit of gameplay I've ever seen is actually this mission, because I watched a live stream of it many years ago, and I vaguely recall seeing, like, just a tiny bit of it. And I do believe it was this mission, based on the location image I just saw. Yeah, it definitely had to be. Twisted appeared at Club Sacrifice mid-concert. On secret military orders, the local National Guard mobilized immediately to rescue the concertgoers.
The objective is to destroy the Babel's core, the big ore. What is it?
It started.
Damn. Well, they're making good on that M rating.
The Babel.
Hurry, run!
Overdive before you die. Yeah, there you go. Oh, so that's where that part of the opening movie comes from. It's actually really early.
I'm alive?
She's not. I really like the soundtrack so far with this game.
Aya, run!
Oh, it's telling me to run. Okay, but this is telling me to beat it. Never mind. You sure about that? That's a lot of health.
Attack from behind objects.
Please help.
Overdive and attack them from their flank.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Shoot. Focus on the target. Please help.
Backups on their way. Stay strong.
I'm going in. Shoot.
There we go.
Focus on the target. Please help.
Backup's here.
Damn, am I the only one who made it? I think I accidentally canceled it. Why is it not linking? No one's undercover, that's why. Okay. You. Get over here. What about you? Alright.
I'm going in.
So I can link with those other couple, like, positions.
Focus on the target. Not yet.
Gotta move.
I'm going in. Focus on the target.
Didn't get a lot there. Who else is around? Oh, hey.
I'm going in.
I can do this. I can't see. That's a bad angle. Okay, I don't want to be in that soldier. He's almost dead. Ooh, grenade launcher. Not having good luck with that. They give you a pretty tanky first boss. I don't really think that I'm handled this the best way, though, to be fair. We destroyed the big one!
Keep moving!
We're heading in! Why is that not voice acted? Follow me, we're charging in! It's kinda cool, kinda janky too. Probably just need to, like, get used to it. You guys are much easier. Go ahead and explode. There you go. Lots of cover. Oh, that's different.
Countless numbers of sections are created as the battle grows.
Either the Twisted or the Orbs have to be destroyed in order for us to move forward.
That'll do. You're just gonna stand there, huh? I'm okay with that. This game definitely falls in the kind of, like, I guess this is kind of an era where they were being very experimental. They were just trying a lot of different things and seeing what would work. Between games like this and Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus, which was another action shooter in an otherwise, like, more traditionally RPG franchise. Yeah. Honestly, that's another one I want to try myself. They really tried to capture a more similar... The mood of this game, like, in terms of the music, they're definitely trying to capture something closer to, like, the first game. More so than the second game. But it is different from that, too, because it's not as chill. Oh, hi, I did not see you there. I was gonna say, I actually have exposure to a couple of the characters from Dirge of Cerberus because of a mobile game I play. And they kind of seem like interesting characters, so it makes me want to try the game. Plus, at this point, because of the FF7 remake, I kind of just want to understand all of the stuff that was done with the expanded FF7 universe before they went into remake. Yes, Shulk was one of them. I kind of liked what I saw of her. That's good to know that Dirge of Cerberus probably has some good music, too. Decent music can honestly go a pretty long way towards helping me enjoy a game, even if it's not the best game.
Looks like we're the only ones left alive.
Oh yeah, World of Final Fantasy is another game I should play sometime. It looks cute. I like the music in it, from what I've heard of it. Yeah, I kind of had that experience with, like, I never played Dissidia NT, but I did see a little bit of video footage of it. And hearing the English dub of it, it's like, when you get, like, a character like Jecht, it's so weird hearing his voice again so much later, and it almost doesn't sound right to me. Oh, here comes another one. Too many. Oops. How far away did I just send myself? Sit still. Oh, hello. I took a little bit of damage there, but not too much. Go ahead and fire your bubbles. You're totally missing the barricade, dude. Ooh.
This is where you can restock.
Oh yeah?
There are temporary points where you can restock items. Don't forget to pick up the weapons and ammo you need, or you'll end up regretting it.
That's convenient. I haven't even been using grenades. We're gonna die here? No way, I promised Jennifer I'd build her a house. Is that your wife, sir? She's a white Pomeranian, the love of my life. A dog, sir? Doesn't matter who or what's waiting for you. As long as you have a reason to make it back home alive. Access CTI HQ from this terminal. You can change or customize your equipment and repair your gear. Repair? What do you mean, repair? Well, I can change the DNA board. Ah, I see. The chip itself has a negative in addition to the positive ones. I'll pass on that. And of course, I can save. Always important. Surprising amount of cutscenes in this game, considering the limited storage space of the UMDs.
Who's there?
What is it?
It's a survivor. It's just like my dream.
I'm picking up a giant tremor!
Babel's changing?
Wait!
Yeah, something is not normal about her. I'm guessing she has a tie to the Babel or something.
Destroy the orbs.
Aya, you'll find orbs in this area. They have to be destroyed in order to get to the next area.
There are twisted everywhere. Be careful, Aya.
Don't just stand there and get pelted by friggin' bubbles.
Focus on the target. Please help.
Get ready to fire at once!
You know, I get the idea of them wanting me to tactically position people, but it would be nice if they just kind of more consistently went to actual logical places instead of me having to put them places that they should be. I'll take that one, thanks. Well, there goes that guy.
I'm going in. Focus on the target.
Could have gone a bit better there. I'm not gonna get a good rank on this one for soldier deaths.
But sir, the survivors.
A decision has to be made.
They're behind us! We can't retreat! We're on our way!
I think it was the idea of ordering me to just overdive into the next room instead of trying to help everyone. Oops. There must be orbs left in the area. Did it do that automatically? Or did I do that on accident? Oh boy. I'm definitely not playing this game the way all the stuff I read told me to. Like, I'm supposed to be more strategic, but I'm kind of just playing it like a straight-up action game at the moment. I imagine I couldn't get away with that on, like, there are harder difficulty levels.
We gotta destroy the orb.
There's a lot of them.
Not yet.
Never mind that. Everyone's dead. That's not cover. I should probably just... I can't. There's no cover around here.
I've got you covered.
Oh, they just keep giving me new soldiers, which is pretty generous. That one was a little rough. This is only the first real mission of the game, so I might end up having some struggles with this game. We'll have to see. We can't do this. This ain't no video game. Good old trope of saying something's not a video game or a movie when it is in fact a video game or a movie. Are we in for a boss fight?
She's hurt. I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
You're sweet. You know that?
You take care. Gabrielle?
Aya, can you hear me? Approach with caution.
Of course, sir.
Life exists beyond death.
Yeah, we read about that. Little girl looks like a twisted. I kind of like how Parasite Eve 1 is like a really grounded take where she has moments of just like, oh my god, this is insane, but is also like strong enough to deal with it. But Spunky Aya in 2 is pretty fun also.
Reapers! Be careful. They work through space and they're dangerous.
Oh?
Get out. You're no match for them right now.
How?
Out of there.
I see. I don't have time to deal with you right now. Button, thank you. Okay, safe. Eat this. Yeah, that is actually a really good comparison. I remember noting that too the first time I watched that movie a few years ago now with friends. Yeah, I only saw those two movies a few years ago. That it's like Alien 1 and Alien 2, Alien and Aliens were both good movies, but they're very different kinds of movies, where the first one was more of a horror movie and the second one was like an action movie. Where are you all coming from? Now, you know what? Screw this. Seemed like a good time to break out the liberation and the rifle. This is kind of a cool area, actually being outside a little bit. I did not see you there. Almost got him. It'd take long enough to explode. I probably could just run by them. Those rifle upgrades I made are coming in handy. Reapers have been spotted up ahead. Duly noted. Oh. So this is like stealth? Oh boy. like that sound. I'm just gonna go. You guys have fun with that. Good chip. Alright, let's see. There we go. That leveled one of them up. That works. Technically, I could do stuff in the weapon bank at this point. I actually have a lot of BP already. Seems like a somewhat... It's like a good version of the rifle. Alright, that's as much as I'm getting out of that right now. There's a massive twisted in the next area. It's the same one from the club. This one's huge. Don't forget to restock. Without any ammo, you're as good as dead. So it is kind of the Crisis Core thing of not everything is voiced, but some of the choices for that are very random. Just kind of the limitation of the disk space. Oh, this seems fun. Oh, wait.
Focus on the target. Not yet.
Try that again.
I'm going in.
You do not want to just face tank in this game. You take a lot of damage fast.
Look out!
A frontal attack is just going to get you killed.
Aya, aim for the front legs to stop its movement.
Focus on the target.
Now what?
I want to die.
Everything has a weakness. Find it.
Aya, you have to find and attack its weak spot.
Everything has a weakness. Find it.
Aya, you have to find and attack its weak spot.
Yeah, you said that.
Go to where you can find a clear view.
I'm going in.
Oh, those regenerate rather quickly. This might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna just go for it. Because I have an idea that I think I'm supposed to go up here.
You need to know what you're up against. Move to higher ground.
Yep.
All right, you're in a good position.
Wait a minute, what about those spiral things on its back?
Aya, attack it.
Oh, that's a lot of health. Okay, well, while it's distracted with the guy up there. Let's get another soldier up there. That might actually help. I thought maybe I'd be able to focus fire on it, but doesn't look like it. Oh, this seems bad. Can I go down there? No? Cool. I guess it's just us two, that's why. I should maybe get him out of here. Oh, all the barricades down here are destroyed. That's unfortunate. I don't think this is doing me any good. This seems a bit troublesome. Let's go to this guy. He has more health than the other guy down there. I need someone to distract this thing again. This might be a bad run because I lost so many of the soldiers so early on. Hello? Oh, it's just us two now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know about this run of the boss. Neat idea, but they really made a pretty big damage sponge. Coming up this way, so time to go down again. Oh good, I've got backup. Not too bad then that I've figured it out, just a little tedious. probably could have done this a lot better if I had more soldiers during parts of this to like focus fire its weak point or something. Or if I had done this a lot sooner. That grenade hit helped a lot. I can't hit the weak spot. Oh, that sucked. I just have to chip away its last bit of health.
What did you think of that?
Good job, Aya. Go to the next area and keep your guard up. Not the most graceful, but hey, at least I still got it on my first attempt. I'll take that. Thank you. Was I actually supposed to go up there? I guess so. Wait, where is it pointing me? Ah. A good time to save.
Please don't move. You're not her.
Got a match. Her name is Emily Jefferson.
I came to tell you something. About your dream. I'm sure you know. That poor girl. You have to remember. Remember where it all started, sis. Time 0. Try.
What are you doing? Shoot her!
Okay.
Blake! What's that?
I'm analyzing the data.
This is unbelievable.
Aya, this Twisted is a badass. Be careful.
I'm going in.
Scared? The dead don't feel fear.
Not yet.
That's how you know you're alive.
Focus on the target.
Seems like we're not the only one possessing people.
Not yet.
Also, that last boss was, not the real boss. This is the chapter boss.
They don't seem to be hurting it at all.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We need to find another way to destroy it.
Target something?
I'm going in.
It actually took damage at some point, but then it recovered it. I'm not sure what that was about.
Have to hurry.
Focus on the target. I'm going in. Shoot.
I guess it can't spawn any more tornadoes.
Focus on the target. Help.
I said that at the exact wrong moment.
Not yet.
You don't remember?
Target the big guy, please. Okay, let me take these out first.
You have to hurry.
Let's try this. You piece of crap. Yeah, that was the only thing that would do damage. Oh, this is gonna be a long-ass fight if that's really how I have to do that.
I'm going in.
You
Shoot.
don't remember? I don't need this anymore.
Focus on the target. Please help.
I really hope I don't have to deplete this thing's entire HP. Wait, it's healing. What?
I'm going in. Shoot.
There's something I'm not getting about this, because I'm not able to clock enough damage
You have to hurry.
if it can heal like that between my attacks.
Where am I?
Not yet.
But this also doesn't seem quite bad enough in terms of how quickly it can kill me for me to, like... It doesn't feel like it's a fight I'm supposed to lose, either. I don't know. If it is, they should have made it actually a lot worse than this. Oh, overdrive. That's better. That's more like it. But is it gonna heal again? Oh, wait. Oh, it's solid now. After I overdived into it, it became actually, like, vulnerable. Give me someone with full HP, come on. There we go. I'm glad I made this rifle so good. What? Oh, I didn't. I don't know what happened there. There we go. It took pity on me for that one. Oh man, it shifted back to the transparent invulnerable state. I hope it doesn't heal too much. What? Instant kill move? What? That's some crap, honestly. At least this game has checkpoints.
Blake, what's that?
I'm analyzing the data.
This is unbelievable.
Aya, this Twisted is a badass. Be careful.
Are you scared? Dead don't feel fear.
Please target.
That's how you know
I'm going in. Shoot! Not yet.
better save my liberation for that end part, so I don't just die immediately. Oh, never mind. Finished it off. That was a BS extra phase you can just skip.
A girl who looks like me. The world is changing.
Well, we only know, like, we know of a little girl who looks like Aya.
A dream?
Merry Christmas.
Christmas Eve? Does this mean that I've been sent back?
Aya, go to the Spanish Harlem 3 days ago. Cray died and I want him back.
Cray's dead? What happened?
The Bureau won't authorize that kind of mission. This is one dangerous monster. Who knows what it's capable of? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Boss, don't do this!
Collecting data's important, huh? I don't have time for this.
Please, this is a crucial time. We can't lose Cray now.
Yeah, we just read about him being dead. It's good I read the data logs.
We'll go elsewhere. Besides, she doesn't need to hear what we have to say. After all, it's like she's one of them.
Kind of funny you mentioned changing time in a way where they, like, don't end up sending her back because, like, they don't build a device. It's like, we actually did just change it in such a way where someone who had died before is now back to life, but someone who was alive is now dead. That needs to be fixed. I do like that little early twist. That's one I didn't know about, and that's kind of a good, that's a good communication of the whole, like, just chaos butterfly effect. You have no freaking idea how things are going to change when you go messing with time.
Infiltrate the battle. Once the data's been analyzed, the big orb will be destroyed. That's it. You got it?
Understood, sir. The goal is to save Cray and to destroy the big orb.
I thought there was only supposed to be one goal. If I only understood the organization like I understand codes.
You can complain when you're the boss. Can you handle it?
No problem, sir.
The boss wants this place to fall apart so he can go back to his real job. He doesn't really believe that the past can be changed.
Then let's prove it. Or I should say, have Aya prove it.
Who will take Cray's place?
Gabrielle.
Oh, she's alive too.
can use me when you go back in time. Please, help Cray. Aya, I know you like what you see, but I'm kidding.
Your practice scores are Gabby 29, Aya 1, right?
Yeah, she took one from me. I know you can do this, Aya.
I wonder how much changed. Prediction, US to be wiped out in 4 years. Instead of 2. On the afternoon of the 4th, Twisted emerged from the broadside elevator and steam turbine of the USS Arthur Macmillan, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier under construction at the Newport News shipyard on the Atlantic coast. US Navy crew members attempted to fight them off, but in the end, the Army demolished the supercarrier in an attempt to head off any further damage. Department of Defense disclosed on the 12th that the number of casualties in New York State since the Babel first appeared has surpassed 3 million instead of 5 million. The Upper West Side Opera House incident. Twisted appeared at an opera house on New York City's Upper West Side in the middle of the night. The opera house was closed when the state was placed under martial law, so while there were no civilian casualties, 28 members of the SWAT team and 8 FBI agents lost their lives. Spanish Harlem incident. Operation Black Storm. An incident took place in the Spanish Harlem neighborhood of New York City on the afternoon of December 21st, 2013, so 3 days ago. Seeing indications that the Babel that had sprouted beside the Spanish Harlem was in decline, the FBI mobilized the SWAT team to destroy it. However, the team was completely wiped out, and even the SWAT snipers that had been sent to rescue them were set upon by a mass of unknown Twisted that had appeared in mid-air. The sniper team retreated, but not before suffering great losses. CTI mobilized agents Monsini and Cray from the Overdive Investigation Unit. Agent Thelonious Cray died in action. Long Island taken over. Twisted appeared in Suffolk on Long Island, New York, increasing in number to a staggering 2,000 strong in the space of 10 minutes. These unwelcome guests threw the quiet upper-class community into sheer pandemonium. Approximately 700,000 residents were left missing. Among them, famous personalities such as Major League Baseball player Arthur Marlin, Hollywood actress Jean Mitchell, and popular RBS weatherman Christopher Burrell. Makeshift memorials sprang up throughout Suffolk in the following weeks, including many bouquets sent from overseas. 36 countries worldwide affected and 9 million estimated number of Twisted. I forget what the original numbers were on that one. What changed here? Many people in various government agencies, CTI head Hunter Owen included, think Aya's Overdive ability shares special characteristics with the Twisted that appear from distortions in time. Owen believes they have an obligation to keep a close eye on her. I imagine the only thing that's going to be different here is the fact that he died. I don't remember that exact line before. Captain Your So Squad, one that took on only the trickiest and most dangerous. It probably did say that before. It'd be cool if they just highlighted the parts that changed, too. Yeah, it's just the part that he's killed in action. Okay. Gabriel was one of the few chosen by the FBI's counterterrorism division to join a special emergency squadron as part of the SWAT team. Around this time, she fell in love with fellow team member Scott Gray. Upon learning he was a spy for an overseas agency, she secretly reported him to her superiors. Her karmic punishment, as she saw it, was knowing that her lover was later executed for espionage. Ouch. She first worked with Hyde on a CTD mission. She transferred to the CTI on his enthusiast recommendations, yeah. In the same month that the CTI was created as a counter-twisted investigatory agency, the president appointed him its chief. His hobby is fly fishing, and he's the proud owner of a huge RV. He's also a jerk. Blade-wielding assassin Reaper possesses a rigid shell that nullifies any and all attacks. Its offensive power, agility, and endurance are all sky-high, making it a far tougher foe than any other Twisted. It quickly dives into close-range battles, slashing at intruders with its razor-sharp blade. This is one murderous, uncontrollable monster, so they really just put something in the game you always have to run from. Divinity of Doom. A Twisted of terrifying stature and tremendous power that lies in wait at Club Sacrifice. It uses many different kinds of ballistic attacks to destroy its targets. Its sturdy head can easily take out any obstacle, conveniently trapping its prey right within firing range. Emily Jefferson. A special case. A human turned Twisted with her consciousness intact. I don't know if I'd say that. When it shows signs of transforming and enters its darkness phase, it emits a deep scarlet shadow to reduce its foe's visibility to 0. It's impervious to damage in this state. The Emily's fang that appears out of the darkness rotates at frighteningly high speeds as it comes after Aya, thirsty for blood. Overdrive kills are effective for breaking this Twisted out of the darkness phase. Avoid its descent kill. True to the name, they're fatal. I noticed. Babel 2. Thought to be the Twisted's den, their colony, the Twisted we've been seeing had been dwelling deep underground, acting on instinct to nurture the Babel. First, a rhizome appears. This grows over time, the immature Babel pulsating away underground for just over 2 years before it bursts up and out like some bizarre tower. On dark nights, the Babels appear to be sprinkled with twinkling red lights, making them resemble nothing less than massive Christmas trees. Merry Christmas! Read about key individuals involved in the Twisted case. Emily Jefferson. Born in London, England, Emily's family moved to New York City when she was 2. She became a Twisted right before Aya's eyes during the sacrifice incident and was killed after suffering a vicious onslaught. Emily exhibited unique behavior in that the Twisted didn't simply take over her physical body, but instead hatched out of it. An investigation by the CTI's Data Analysis Unit found that she had been the daughter of British banking tycoon Christopher Jefferson. Emily attended the State University of New York for 2 years, starting at age 14 as part of an advanced placement college study program. That doesn't really tell us much about why she talked as if she was someone else. Ginger. I'm guessing Ginger is going to come into play this chapter. Born in Munich, Germany, her real name was Christina Ruskin, daughter of a violinist, Erhard Ruskin. She formed the rock band Time for Truth at the age of 13 to rebel against her strict father, the director of the German Symphony Orchestra. The band caught the attention of a major British record label, leading to her professional debut at 15. Her first album, Killing Hour, sold over 2 million copies, an unprecedented performance for a debut album. She moved her base of operations to the States, but disbanded Time for Truth at the age of 20 to take a break. Though followed closely by the media and her fans, she and her former bandmates played secret concerts whenever the mood hit. She's thought to have died in the sacrifice incident on Christmas Eve 2012. Wait, was this the girl that I had initially... No, maybe, I don't know. After her death, her handwritten will was discovered in her room. It indicated that all of her financial assets were to be given to disadvantaged children. I have emails. Log on to the mail server and view hidden emails. Spend more BP to access higher security levels. Interesting. So, Blank sent a message to, Hacker Kid sent a message to Unknown about the time-space distortion. I need you to find whatever information you can pertaining to the time-space distortion that occurred when the Twisted showed up. The Chief think it might have been something like a wormhole. If you can get any proof of that, it would help immensely in developing Aya's talents even further. And I know you don't need me to tell you this, but don't forget to cover your tracks.
What exactly happened 3 days ago?
It all started when the Babel in the Spanish Harlem was attacked. Actually, we still don't know who was behind it.
The military and the FBI thought this was our chance to retaliate, so we agreed to cooperate.
You okay there, Hyde?
What exactly happened 3 days ago?
If the mission's too much for you, I'm not gonna force you to continue. You can go running back to your den with your friends.
What are you talking about?
Your den. The Babel. The nation grants the CTI enough of a budget to hire federal police officers and engineers by the thousands. We're using the money of 3 million taxpayers to fund your delusional operation to change the past, as you call it. Keep that in mind.
You know, you'd be dead right now without this. Hyde, seriously, you good? I'm sure he's fine.
Something feels off. Like we haven't seen each other in a while.
You could say that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh well. I won't be there to back you up with my rifle, but I'll be here to navigate you.
Thank you.
I was at the Spanish Harlem 3 days ago. I know the situation better than anyone. I'll be your eyes. You pull the trigger.
Right.
Can do.
Leave me alone.
Can do.
I want you to go and succeed where I failed. It's time for revenge.
You got anything to say, Mr. Glitchy?
The mission objective is to find Thelonious Cray and destroy the Big Orb, located in the Spanish Harlem, 3 days ago.
Hey, that fixed it.
The first thing you'll do is dive into a SWAT officer.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned before that you changed the past, and that was what led to Cray's death. Is that true?
Yes. It was my fault.
In the previous world, this incident never happened and Cray never died, right? And this part's the hardest to believe, but the boss died instead?
Yes. That's right.
There's no reason for her to lie. However, the boss is more alive than ever and Cray's gone. Blank, what do you think?
CTI without the boss would be heaven. an endless budget for my research.
Not the point.
That's not exactly the answer I was expecting.
I know. She could be right, and our memories could be rewritten along with the time-space alteration. Another explanation is, it could also be that Aya was dreaming.
What?
Alone in a world where no one, not even you, knows your past. A soul lost in time. I believe you when you say you've changed the past. And I trust you can do it again. I want Cray back, whatever the cost. I have faith in you. I know you can do this, Aya.
What exactly happened 3 days ago?
Never mind that. Oh, there's a new area. Ooh.
You're not avoiding me, are you?
No, of course not.
Then why are you so flustered? If there's anything you need to know, you can ask me. Cray used to come here all of the time. This place, it's just not the same without him.
Another Parasite Eve 1 remix. I think in this game, there's that's kind of a way that you can tell how the second game was divisive in the end, even if it was a good game. Because when they made the third game, they don't really pay as much tribute to the second game in terms of like when it comes to the music, they're just constantly calling back to the first game.
Cray used to come here all of the time. This place, it's just not the same without him.
Kind of cool. They really didn't need to make this little area, but I like it. I wonder if it comes into play later, like if maybe there's going to be an actual event up here. That's possible too. That would make more sense than it just being for show. Yeah, I don't think she did either. It's another one of those various things where I can only say I understand why they did it. But it is jarring when you're coming off of the previous games.
You can take a shower, but don't tell the boss. You can take a shower, but don't tell the boss.
Oh, what's a PET reference? Oh, the shower. US destroyed within 4 years. Didn't it used to be 2? 3 million. This must be an old newspaper. Yeah. What's that terrible smell? How long has this been here? Opera poster. Not that anyone's still performing. Did the top dog walk around passing these out? Pasting these up? I wonder if there's a new outfit anywhere for me, actually, come to think of it. Also, like, there's gotta be a way to repair the clothing, right? Under construction aircraft carrier sunk. Did I know about this? This isn't the same article I saw in the old world. I wonder what incident this one replaced. Air Force One? I don't think I saw that. What happens if I switch to this one and then switch back? Oh, what? Ah, repair damage. There we go. I wonder if that's just cosmetic or if it actually, like, is kind of a factor of your defense rating when your clothing is all torn up like that. I'd have to go read, like, the game manual or something. You need the right qualifications to wear this. Like a certain ranking, or... This locker's always open, just a crack. When it's open, you either want to close it or open it wide. What's it gonna be? Souvenir of some special day? I wonder if I have any of those. I can still smell someone's shampoo. This might have been Gabriel's. Someone taught me that taking care of your grooming is part of a pro's job. I didn't manage to wipe out all the wads. What? I guess something... Does it say something different if I had achieved that feat in that day? It's a little damp. This is where dirty towels go. The world might change, but not this place. Maybe I've just gotten used to this life. I did hear about, I think, like, there is a shower scene in this game that's, like, even, like, more gratuitous than the one that was in the second game, but you very specifically have to unlock it. It's not, like, something that occurs normally. I forget the details, but I think they might have, like, made it difficult to unlock, too. Like, you really have to go out of your way for it. That sure is something. I prefer lower calorie products. They're always out of the things you... They're always out of the things you want most.
The boss wants me to keep an eye on you.
Weapons Monthly, July Special, the Bismarck. 31 ways to zero in on your ideal man. Report, battling the twisted. I doubt I'd even make it past the preliminaries of the marksmanship tournaments. Gabrielle takes the lead. Changing the past really does change the future. Cash reward for unseating Gabrielle. Let me see that one again. Cash reward for unseating Gabrielle. I did happen to win once during maneuvers, accidentally. That's Nelson from the security department. He's one of the few people left here at the CTI. This place used to be positively teeming with staff members and researchers. Gray's the one who got me to start training. Every time I pick up a weapon, I feel like I'm losing something. I didn't find the shotgun all that good, to be honest. Less attacking power, but better overdrive trigger rates. Oh, that's why you have to choose between these two. They're ammo types. Well, the better overdrive rate might be worth it. Can I actually take 3 weapons? Oh, yeah, I can. Alright, well... Next time I have some money, I should probably get the, shotgun, just so I have that weapon type as well, in case it comes in handy.
I want Cray back, whatever the cost. I have...
Oh, that reminds me. Oh, right, there's also this. Okay. More healing. No effect. No effect. Ooh. Let's see. Real quick. Oh, it replays the cutscenes too. That's funny. There was a thing in the configuration. View type. I wondered about this. There's a behind view. I thought maybe that would make it more of a, like... kind of like Resident Evil 4 kind of thing, maybe? Not exactly. Mm-hmm. I see what you did there. I see what you're going for, game.
Can you hear me?
Actually, that might be something to do with how you get the shower scene, too, now that I think about it. It's been a while, so I don't remember. Either way, I'm good on that one. Well, it's going to be about that time, so I think actually we'll go ahead and call it here. Next time I can just jump into the next mission, having read all the time change stuff. There's some stuff that's a little weird with this game and gameplay-wise, but I don't know. I am actually enjoying it so far, so that's good. Thanks for coming out and chatting as usual, and I'll see you soon. Oh yeah. Yep, more Ace Attorney tomorrow. Wait. No, not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow. Oh yeah, early morning. I gotta title more of those. I think it's actually only the next episode that has a title. Yeah, have a good night.